Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Monday, October 17th, 2016. I'm Athen, and this channel is about using the actual constellations in the sky known as Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below for more information. All right, so we just had a full moon in Pisces, so there was a lot of illumination over the weekend about where we can perhaps be a bit more accepting in our life, and a lot of that acceptance leading to perhaps freedom and liberation, which was the conjunction up to Uranus in Pisces, which is really what Uranus has been showing us for many years, is the importance of what happens when we're present, what happens when we accept things, and being present can do, and that can be very liberating, very freeing, and it's all about really being who we truly are too. So all of this is going to be continued to be implemented here this next couple weeks in regards to any insight that you did gain or the sort of momentum and support that we have right now, still very much in the full moon phase. Usually it's a high point of energy and a high point of awareness. So the moon's going to be in Aries today, actually shifting things a bit. Although still Piscean, it's still great to implement a bit of that intuition and again that acceptance. It is a fantastic day here to be taking those initial steps and things. Aries is all about taking those first steps and maybe a bit of activeness, getting things moving forward. If it's in our personal life, perhaps being quite direct or independent and focusing on our personal needs, because of course our personal needs are very important in life. So it's about finding the middle path with this, but I think anything that is about activeness, whether it's getting some physical exercise, whether it's goals, moving things forward, or just being a bit more independent and direct in our life in a healthy sense, can be fantastic with the moon here. So again, this is all in the context of what has been a lot of Virgo energy. We still have, of course, the Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter all in Virgo, and it's still part of this whole lunar cycle, which was about focusing on the details and taking care of things, organizing things in our life perhaps, and all in all, improving ourselves and improving our life, you could say. So it's still great to be focused on that. We're gaining energy. The mind is very sharp here in Virgo, exaltation in fact, which could be good for, again, figuring out the details of things. And Jupiter helping us see that, yes, there's potentials, and they do require perhaps working on those details in life. So today in the aspects, we do have a grand trine taking place involving the moon, Mars, the Mars and Pluto conjunction actually, and the North Node. So let's go ahead and talk about this conjunction, because this is going to be in effect starting tomorrow and pretty much this whole bulk of the week. Very important conjunction here, which is about transformation to our own personal needs. Mars is very much about those same Aries qualities. And fundamentally, you could see it too as transformation of the ego. So Mars is everything we want. It's everything we desire. And going over Pluto, what Pluto does is it shows us where we might be overly attached. In other words, if it's only, if we're identifying with the ego, right, we're identifying with what we want, and there's a lot of that, attachment to it, then it can be very challenging. Although this is an inherently neutral conjunction, the key here is to give it some space, to take a step back, to be aware of the ego, to be aware of the personal needs, and in that way, we're not identifying with them. Because what happens when we identify with things, in other words, we, make it into something of who we are, and it's important for our survival because it depends on it confirming who we are, and we have that attachment. Yes, it can be destructive. It can be very deep. So as we give it a bit of space, what ends up happening is when we're non-attached, we free ourselves up. And that's exactly what this conjunction is all about. Freeing ourselves up, making some transformation, making some changes with the things that we do need in life, most certainly, but without the attachment, without the ego identification with those things. So I don't think this is going to be a major thing just yet. Like I said, it's going to be a bit later in the week, but we do have a grand trine involving it. So today, I think it's good to start to become acclimated to it, to become aware of it. In fact, this is a grand fire trine, so this is about the fire side to all this, of, again, moving things forward with Aries. But in Sagittarius, this is about those open horizons, where we can motivate ourselves, put some energy into these beliefs, these, by thinking big, these potentials, these possibilities in life. But in order to do that, we do have to strip away the ego. We have to see if we're overly attached. We have to see if there's some fears or some old patterns that are reoccurring in our life that might be preventing us from doing that. So it's a great day to dive deep. I think it can be easy because of the grand trine. And again, I think expanding those belief systems, those possibilities, moving some things forward a bit with that moon in Aries. And the North Node is the other side of this grand trine, which is the fact that this whole year has been about us learning about our self-expression and trying new things with the self-expression, whether they're hobbies, interests, but all in all, just cultivating what we're passionate about. And it's very new, and in many ways it seems like it's not there, it's not developed, because that's the nature of the North Node. But with a willingness to learn about it and a willingness to move things forward a bit because we're passionate about it, because they're an expression of who we are, then that's an excellent way of working with this year and really the next year and a half with the North Node in Leo. All right, so today, Grand Fire Trine, quite active, good for the inspiration. It's easy, and it can be easy to make some changes or to see things deeply, see where we can make some changes within ourselves. Because that's fundamentally what Pluto's all about. It's the inner transformation, inner change. And in this case, so we can think big, we can see those possibilities, and perhaps continue to move some things forward that we did come to some awareness about last weekend. All right, during the full moon. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.